For the fourth time in franchise history, the Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl, second time in 6 seasons. As we welcome you back here to the State Farm postgame. Up here at the desk, Rob Gronkowski, one of the things you told me was that this is the first time you missed football watching in the celebration out there. What is that moment like?
Yes, it was my first time missing football throughout this whole year. I mean, this crowd is just hyped. I was getting the jitters just watching them celebrate. I mean, it was just one time I missed one. So don't think too much about it. I mean, the crowd was going insane. The music is going great here. But I just want to say congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles on reaching the Super Bowl. They absolutely dominated the trenches. And it seemed like everything went their way from beginning of the game all the way to the end of the game. And let me tell you, whoever wins the AFC Championship game is going to have a tough task ahead of them in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks in Arizona, where I went to college, baby. Go Wildcats.
You talk about from early on in the game, obviously the big story was Brock Purdy injuring his elbow there, Michael, at the very first series. You look at it statistically, the Eagles are the first team in NFL history to score more than 30 while allowing less than 10 in back-to-back playoff games. But the question for this one, was this more about Philadelphia or about San Francisco's inability after Purdy went out?
I mean, it's very hard to judge how it is with Purdy out, because I think he's been a catalyst, for this team. And then they lost 4 quarterbacks this season, which is unbelievable to even be at this point with that. But not only that, he came back into the game, and, all he could do was hand off the ball. That became very obvious. Once you're behind, handing off the ball is not going to be enough to catch up. But the 49ers are ending the season very much the way they started the season, with uncertainty at the quarterback position, because we don't know what Purdy's situation is yet. So, I think there's a lot of uncertainty for the 49ers right now in that position.
Howie, Philadelphia on the other side. I mean, they started the year, they were the best record all season long, and they finished looking like certainly the best team as they go on to the Super Bowl.
Well, and I think you have to go back to the front office a little bit. Howie Roseman and, Jalen Hurts in his second year. They bring in Nick Sirianni. He's kind of a more intense version of Frank Reich. They bring in Joseph. They bring in Sue when they're struggling versus the run. They bring in Bradbury. Across the board, they loaded this team up to make this kind of a run. There's a lot of contracts that are going to be up at the end of the season. This team was built to win now.
Yeah, Howie, you look at it, even though the score was 31-7, I don't think we really saw the best Philadelphia team.
Yeah.
Because they didn't need to be at their best. They got 3 takeaways from San Francisco. The 49ers had the injuries, and so they could just run the ball and be patient. With a more even game, I think this Philadelphia offense will put a lot more on the board.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that San Francisco lost their quarterback. That's, some things just aren't right. That's just not fair, but that's the way it goes. I would say this, though, this football team, with the defense they have, with their ability to run it and then throw it if they have to, the team that would give them the most trouble, I feel, right now would be Cincinnati, because I do feel that Cincinnati's defense is so much better than Kansas City's.